In this activity, we'll be making a 1-point perspective drawing. You'll need a piece of paper, a pencil, a fine liner, or you could just use a pen and a ruler. You start by making a dot in the center of the page and then make some simple swirls around the dot, some in close and some a bit further out. I'm going to go over my swirls using the fine liner to make them stand out more. Now you're going to get your ruler. Now you start with the swirls that are closest to the center and you find the outermost point and you're going to rule a line that goes straight to that center dot. And then go to the other side. And now every other point also needs to come into the center. Don't overlap any of the lines. So see, this one stops just here. Now you'll move around and do the same thing with all of the other swirls. So making sure every time that you line the ruler right up with the dot in the center and the point at the swirl where you're up to. So when you get to these outer swirls, they're only going to come in as far as they can without overlapping any of the inner swirls. And then you'll get that 3D effect. Now I'm up to the last one here. So the outermost point lined up with that center dot, and on the other side. And then making sure this end comes in as well. Now you can see they've got that 3D quality to them. Now once you've finished doing all the outlines, you're going to get your coloured pencils and start to colour. So each swirl is joined to this vanishing point in the middle, creating that 3D effect. Now when you're adding colour, I want you to vary the pressure on the pencil to create tone with your colour. So you can see here I'm pressing harder and building up the colour more in the middle, and then pressing lighter and letting that pencil just create a lighter colour going out to the edges. And then I'm going to go darker in this part here to make it look like it's in shadow. So experiment with creating a variety of tone with your coloured pencils. You could also add the colour using watercolour paints if you have got them at home. But even with the paints, I still want you to try and create that variation of tones using the same colour but making it more built up in some areas and lighter and more washed out in other areas. It adds to the 3D effect of the swirls. That's it, your 3D swirl picture with a 1 point vanishing point, 1 point perspective.